type of guy you like. Wouldn't you guys like to know? Hi everyone, it's Phoebe and welcome back. We have some exciting news. We reached 10,000 subscribers. Actually, it was a few days ago. It was earlier this week, but I am honestly so happy because even though it's such a small milestone, I never intended to reach a certain amount of subscribers by a certain period. It was always purely just as a creative outlet and just as something that I do for fun. And to think that there are 10,000 of you that have subscribed and enjoy the content that I put out is very heartwarming, so I appreciate it so much. I posted on my story on Instagram that I was going to do a Q&A and asked you guys to send in some questions and I will answer truthfully. So let's get started. Okay, the first question, how and why you started your YouTube journey. When I was younger, I actually made a YouTube channel and I did post a few videos. I think I've made it all private now. It was a whole different channel, so you won't be able to find it on this one. But back then, my sister and I used to love filming stop motion music videos, and it was really funny at the time, but we enjoyed the filming part of it, the editing, and just rewatching it. And I've always had a passion for, you know, recording myself and sharing things with other people. So that's why I wanted to get back into it in the recent years. Anyway, so I've always had kind of a soft spot for creating content. I always liked posting on Instagram. I always liked posting on TikTok when that became a thing, especially during COVID. So then I decided I wanted to start posting on YouTube and creating more long form videos. The thing that held me back the most was when I was around 21, I got braces. I wanted to wait until it was completely off or even towards the end, which is what I did because I really hated looking at my smile and looking at the way I talk in photos and videos. So that is why I didn't start it sooner, which I kind of regret. I think if you're thinking about getting into creating videos, you should just do it and everything else will follow. It's not even like a full-time thing. I'm literally just doing this for fun. So anyways, that's why I started it. And so that leads me to the next questions. Favorite thing about being a YouTube content creator? Your YouTube channel is fantastic. And do you have another job apart from content creation? Yes, I do have a full-time job, and no, I don't even consider myself as a YouTube content creator. Like, I don't create content as a content creator. I'm just kind of documenting my life, and I guess you could consider that content creating, but I'm not doing it to how do I describe this? Like, I'm not doing this to be a content creator. I kind of just do it because it's very therapeutic. I love filming, I love editing, and I love buying camera gear. I honestly do not care about luxury designer items at all, but all of my money goes towards camera gear, things to edit, places to go so I can film. So I do it for fun, and that's probably my favorite thing about content creating. I think the best part about it is seeing the final product. You spend all these hours working towards a video or a project, and getting to see the final outcome is extremely rewarding and satisfying, and that is my absolute favorite thing. Even if no one watches or cares, it's something that I enjoy watching myself. Even now, I go back and I watch some of my older vlogs and I feel inspired by those, or I feel inspired by the ones that I do now. And yeah, I don't know, it's just very enjoyable, and it is something that brings me a lot of joy. And to answer about my full-time job, yes, I work in corporate. I work in commercial property, and my job itself it's a lot, not gonna lie. And I recently took on an extra role on top of my existing role, so I'm doing more now than I was a few months ago or when I joined, but I also find that job extremely rewarding and I love learning. I have the most amazing bosses and I feel like my mind is constantly growing, so I enjoy doing both right now. I don't rely on YouTube financially at all, so I get pretty much all of my income from my full-time Monday to Friday job in the office, and when I do get something out of YouTube or Instagram or whatever, it's just like a bit of an extra. Like, I'm not doing this for monetary gains, I am just doing it because I enjoy it. Have you earned any money or brand deals from doing YouTube content? I have earned some money from ad revenue, but I haven't done any branded deals from YouTube. I have done branded collabs on Instagram, but a lot of the times when brands reach out, I struggle to find the time to do it, to be honest, because I work Monday to Friday. I really only have time on the weekends to create content. So at this stage, I'm not taking on as much as I can. I'm not saying yes to a lot. I'm being very selective on Instagram, but I haven't done any for YouTube as yet. But that's not to say that I would decline it if the opportunity comes, if a brand reaches out and I think it's a great opportunity, 100% I would do it. But I have earned a little bit of money from ad revenue. It's kind of just what I get from ad revenue. I spit back into camera gear or going out to film more content anyway. So it's just a bit of extra, which is great because then I can save most of my Monday to Friday income through my actual savings. I actually have met you. You're so nice inside and out. You've met me? When? I'm really curious. Was it a social setting? A work setting? When have you met me? I feel like I don't meet a lot of new people, especially because I'm such an introvert. So I'm very curious. What's your dream life? What do you want to become? Also, congrats, Phoebes. My dream life? That's a really good question. I think right now I do feel a little bit lost. As much as I am very grateful for my job and my life at home and my friends, and I honestly love my life so much, but I do feel a little bit lost in terms of how curious I am about the world. I think there's so much more out there that I haven't experienced and I want to see. I think I'm still so young and I have so much time on my hands to do that. I think I'm really on the fence because I love the busy, interesting, exciting lifestyle, but I also like the idea of something peaceful and quaint and healing for the soul. So I think I want to be able to experience both. I don't know, I'm just so curious about the world and I want to see everything and I want to experience everything for myself. So that's my goal right now, and I can't really say what my dream life is because I want to experience multiple different things. Do you know what I mean? So, next questions. When are we going to Harrods, eating sushi and planning our trip to Seville? Come to Norway and film some beautiful content from the fjords. Well, I haven't decided where I want to go next, but I do want to travel more this year and next year. I want to go to places that I haven't been to before, and actually someone asked me, when will you be coming to Singapore? I've been to Singapore so many times now. I've been to Singapore a few times growing up as a child with family, and I also went like 3 times in the past 2 years. So I don't know if I will be going back to Singapore for a while, although I love going there and I love the food and I love the culture and I love the people. I think right now I want to go to places that I haven't been to before and I want to experience new things. So maybe Spain, maybe Norway, maybe more Asia. I haven't been to China and I'm Chinese, so I don't know. There are so many places that I want to go to.
I keep going back to the same places.
It's so hard because I'm going back because I genuinely enjoy these places, but I feel like there's so much more to the world. Where are you originally from? Do you speak Chinese? I tell people I'm Chinese because that's just the easiest way to say it, but I'm a mixture of Chinese and Southeast Asian, I guess. If you want the full breakdown, I will get you the full breakdown. Central and Eastern China, 48%. Southern China and Southeast Asia / Malaysia, 40%. Thai, 8%. Vietnam, 3%. Southern Philippines, 1%. Quite an interesting mix. I paid $120 for this, so it better be accurate. I was born in Sydney and grew up here my whole life though. Do I speak Chinese? My Mandarin is very minimal and very basic. It's kind of just at home, but I don't even speak Chinese at home. I speak English with my family, so I don't get the chance to practice it as much as I'd like to. I did go to Chinese school growing up for a few years and I've pretty much forgotten all of it. I don't really know how to read and write anymore, but studying Japanese has helped me with kanji, which is pretty much Chinese characters, and it's kind of starting to jog my memory a little bit here and there, but for the most part, yeah.
I've forgotten it.
If I had more time, I would definitely learn Chinese again because I think it would help me connect with my culture a little bit more and also help me with work. Someone asked, curious about how you maintain your weight and diet. What's your height and weight? This is a good question. So my current height is 157 centimeters and I think I've been this height since I was like 15. I have not grown. My weight has fluctuated since I was 15, obviously. Depends on the time of the day, the time of the month, different points of my cycle, my mood, how much I've eaten, how much water is being retained in my body. So it's somewhere between that range and I've been able to maintain it for pretty much all of this year, so it's quite stable. I feel like in terms of maintaining my weight, there are things that you can't control and things that you can control, and the part that I can't control is that I do have PCOS. I'm pretty sure mine's genetic. My auntie has it, my sister had it, and I have it. It is something that affects me in terms of gaining weight, maintaining weight. I do have to eat a little bit more healthy and be more cautious about what I put in my body. I also have to be cautious about the types of exercise that I do. So a couple years back I was exercising excessively, and because of that it led me to not have my period for quite a long time. So I had to slow that down and kind of do things that were a little bit more easy on my body and less strenuous. So then, so dumb of me, I actually cut out exercise altogether and I wasn't eating the best either. So there was a stage where I put on like 7 kilos on top of what I was at the time, and it was weird for me. That was probably when I was at my heaviest. I wasn't working out, I wasn't eating well, and yeah, I was just very unhappy. My skin was also horrible and I decided, no, I need to do something about it. So I started doing light exercises again. I was moving around more, I was walking more, I was doing Pilates, I was doing, you know, very like light exercises. I love Pilates, I love yoga and stretches and walking, but I just never found the time to go to Pilates classes or pole classes. Because I was so busy with work, I couldn't commit to going weekly to classes. Now, my favorite thing to do is at home mat Pilates. And you probably already know of Move with Nicole on YouTube. I genuinely think that you don't need to pay an excessive amount for the gym or for Pilates classes or a PT or whatever. If you can afford to, obviously that's great, but if you don't have the time and you don't want to spend the money, then her videos are amazing. They are so effective and I work out religiously with her videos. I usually wake up at about 5 o'clock before work and I squeeze in like a 30-minute video and I feel amazing for the day, and I just make sure I get enough steps and movement in the day as well. So that is pretty much all I do. I am trying to get back into pole, but I'm not gonna hold myself accountable if I can't commit. I'm only doing it when I have time and I'm doing it for fun. My diet though, I love food, but I do try and eat healthy or cautious Monday to Friday, maybe like a 70-30 diet, where 70% of my meals are generally on the cleaner and healthier side. Then I leave that 30% gap for when I go out with my friends or go out on the weekend or have lunch with my bosses during the week. So I've got to give that extra leeway. I think also now I'm at a very peaceful time of my life where I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm not trying to reach a certain body goal by a certain date. I'm exercising for a healthier lifestyle and I'm eating foods that give me energy and make me feel good. I'm not doing it so that I can burn fat or lose weight or whatever. So I think the most important thing is to have a healthy mindset. Just find a really good balance. Find an exercise that works for you. If it's running, great. If it's swimming, if it's Pilates, if it's the gym, whatever it is, just find what works for you and know your body, know your limits. Don't keep pushing yourself and don't be so harsh on yourself. Most commonly asked question: are you single? What is your relationship status? Wouldn't you guys like to know? I am currently single. I am not looking to date right now. I feel like there's so much more self-discovery that I need to do. It honestly just feels good to have this time to myself right now. I mean, if it happens, it happens. Like, I'm not actively looking, but I'm not saying no to what comes my way. Type of guy you like. Even though I'm not looking to date right now, I do have preferences, and I think the most important thing is that we share similar values.
And I want someone that is adventurous and willing to learn new things.
I'm happy to just focus on me right now. So that has been my very honest Q&A. Thanks again for 10,000 subscribers.